The Minnesota Timberwolves had a statement to make on Saturday night, and they made it loud and clear. With their backs against the wall in the postseason, facing an Oklahoma City Thunder team that had taken a commanding 2-0 lead in the series, the Timberwolves knew Game 3 was a must-win. And when they did, putting on an absolute clinic at home with a 143-101 blowout that reignited their playoff hopes. But this wasn't just a routine victory. This was a performance that solidified why Anthony Edwards, the 23-year-old phenom, is one of the most exciting young stars in the league. Edwards led the charge with a sensational 30-point outing, and every bucket was a reminder of why he's already being talked about as the next potential face of the NBA. The Timberwolves were relentless from the opening tip, outpacing and overwhelming the Thunder in a game that felt more like a statement than a mere win. But it was one specific play, a moment of sheer brilliance that had fans and analysts alike buzzing for days afterward. It wasn't just the scoring or the dazzling jump shots or even the explosive athleticism that we've come to expect from Edwards. No, this was something special. Something you only see from the most elite players in the game, those who can make the impossible seem easy, and leave you questioning whether you really saw what you just witnessed. Midway through the third quarter, with the Timberwolves already holding a commanding lead, Edwards showcased his full arsenal of skills. The play started with him at the top of the key, and as soon as he received the ball, you could sense something was coming. With a quick jab step to his right, Edwards exploded toward the rim, but the Thunder's defense was waiting. The first line of defense came from Oklahoma City's star guard, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who tried to cut off his path to the basket. Edwards, unfazed, shifted directions in a split second, getting around Gilgeous-Alexander and powering his way into the paint. But there was still more work to do. As he reached the basket, 4 Thunder defenders, yes, 4, converged on him, each trying to stop his progress. What happened next was nothing short of poetic. With the defense collapsing around him, Edwards didn't panic. He didn't rush. Instead, he took an extra dribble, creating just enough space to elevate off the wrong foot. As he soared toward the rim, he contorted his body mid-air and executed a reverse layup that seemed to defy physics. It was a move straight out of the Michael Jordan playbook, the kind of finish that makes you sit up, rewind the clip, and say, "Did he really just do that?" The ball sailed effortlessly off the backboard and through the net, sending the crowd into a frenzy. For a brief moment, it felt like time stood still. The play was an instant classic, not just for the difficulty, but for the composure Edwards displayed under pressure. 4 defenders, all closing in on him, and yet Edwards remained in control, looking almost casual in executing one of the most graceful and difficult finishes of the postseason. It was a microcosm of Edwards' game, a combination of athleticism, poise, and an unshakable belief in his own abilities. This was a young star who doesn't get rattled, who thrives in the big moments, and who seems destined for greatness. And on Saturday night, Edwards showed the world just how high his ceiling really is. The Timberwolves were dominant in every phase of the game, shooting 54% from the field and 41% from beyond the arc. But it was their defense that was truly suffocating. The Thunder, despite having one of the most dynamic young players in the league in Gilgeous-Alexander, were unable to find any rhythm. The Timberwolves' defense was relentless, forcing turnovers and closing out on shooters with the kind of intensity that would make even the most seasoned veterans nervous. While Edwards' jaw-dropping reverse layup may have been the highlight, it was the entire team effort that allowed Minnesota to put the Thunder on their heels. With 13 assists, Edwards displayed his growth as a playmaker, and he was complemented by solid performances from Karl Anthony Towns, who added 22 points and 10 rebounds, and Rudy Gobert, who anchored the defense with 14 boards and 3 blocks. The victory brings the Timberwolves back into the series, now trailing 2-1 with Game 4 on the horizon. With the series shifting back to Oklahoma City, the Timberwolves have all the momentum they need to take the next step in their playoff journey. But if Saturday night was any indication, Edwards is more than ready to rise to the occasion. For the Thunder, Game 3 was a wake-up call, a reminder that the Timberwolves are a dangerous team, especially with Edwards playing at the level he is. This isn't just a flash in the pan. This is a young star making his case as one of the best players in the NBA. And as the postseason progresses, expect more plays like the one that left every